This video is intended purely to communicate information in accordance with the right of free speech.
Any advice given is a suggestion, and anyone seeking such advice should consult a competent professional.
All statements made in this video are my own honest opinion, and they do not represent any other person or body. As such, sharing matters covered in this video is in public interest.
Hi, fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. How we going, everybody? We're gonna watch a video. I haven't decided which video yet, but I want to show you the cute things I have. I don't know if people have heard of Pop Mart. I'm on the. I'm not up with the times, but there was a Powerpuff Girls and Crybaby. Okay, and you get a blind toy, and I got the mayor. He's the mayor, and he's got a phone. Yeah. His phone sits on the ground. Okay. Cute. And then I got this other one that had a monster face, and he's doing like he does crazy little like things. That is I love it. He's look also same. This yoga pose, hate it. All right. Love it. Love this. I'm celebrating living somewhere where I can buy cute things all the time. And hello. I had a Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream, not zero, yesterday. So I'm trying the zero out today. The not zero was so good. The aftertaste was a little bit buttery, but not like it. That sounds terrible, but it was delicious. Anyway, I'm gonna also eat Taco Bell. I got a burrito, no, a quesadilla. All right, I'm gonna eat it. My furniture gets here in 2 days. Am I excited? Mm-hmm. I am so excited. I'll have to start living upstairs. I haven't been living upstairs, only to go to the shower. It's quite bizarre, actually. It's like, um, I was looking at my rent, and I'm paying as much as staying in like a cheap hotel every day. It's about $90 a day, and I'm like not even going upstairs some days because I don't need to. Okay, I can't decide which bedroom to take because there is a bedroom with an ensuite. It's got a balcony, but it faces out to the road. It doesn't face out to anything good. So, and I don't even know if it's the biggest room, but I think I will sleep in the one with the ensuite. So, and if my dad ever decides to move down here with me, which is entirely possible because he may get annoyed with the rest of the family. And not that he doesn't annoy me, but we can work it out. I'm patient. I'm not patient when it comes to MLMs. Pretty fucking impatient, I would say. Yeah. Okay. We're doing Phix, people. We're doing Phix. And who's in Phix? This lady right here is in Phix. But I don't think she makes many videos anymore because she knows what happens to them. All right. So Phix is a weight loss product made out of hops. You can put it in liquid. Sounds great. So this lady in the Facebook group says Dr. Ben Bowers details Phix's outstanding benefits. Did you catch that, Doctor? Oh, P.S. I stopped eating the Taco Bell. It was the hottest thing. Like I haven't done hot in a long time, and I thought it was mild. It was not mild. I don't know if I'm a wuss and I can't take hot anymore, or I accidentally ordered it hot. I couldn't eat it, so I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. Anyway, um, I wouldn't even give it to the dogs, although they wanted it. Like, it'll be unpleasant on the other end. My name's not Ethan Klein. I'm not going to talk about poop. And why he will take Phix for the rest of his life. Take note of his qualifications. Functional medicine doctor. Okay, we can walk away now. We can walk away. Functional medicine doctor. You may as well say like loopy loot loo doctor. Doctor. Whoopsie doozy doctor. Because it doesn't mean you're a fucking doctor. It's the biggest scam in the game. Everybody talks about big pharma, right? Oh, big pharma. You got to get off the big pharma grind. Do you know how much is in wellness? In this bullshit supplement, fucking fake ass shit wellness BS? More. More than Big Pharma. Did you know that? Did you know that the person who is being nominated for Surgeon General, which is, like there was this press conference with Donald Trump, RFK Jr., and Dr. Oz, and RFK was telling the story about that they want Europe to charge more for their drugs so America doesn't look as bad. What the fuck is wrong with them? Anyway, and he said, "Oh, my kids cried when I told them about President Trump's fucking." I hope you can't hear my dishwasher. I have a dishwasher at this house, but I've only run it like twice because I'm one person. I have no like things, so I don't need to use it anyway. Um, yeah, and then RFK goes, "And you, Dr. Oz," and I'm like, "This is a clown show. Like, what the fuck? This is worse than Idiocracy." Anyway, and then he was talking about his RFK's nomination, Casey Mears, anti-vax, owns a supplement company, finished university, left her residency, doesn't have a current medical license for Surgeon General. Anyway, epigenist, chiropractor. Oh man, it's like the Royal Crown Shuffle. No, I don't even know what that that reference was. hmm Taught at Harvard and Yale. How long ago? What'd you teach? Has taught thousands of doctors. Okay. Owns a research center. Me too. You're at it. It's the research of me into this bullshit. Design protocols for doctors all over the world. Well, okay. That could be like 5 people in 5 different countries. Dr. Bauer's clinic equals results based medicine. Sure, Sarah. Sure. All right. So this is Fix for Six, Dr. Bowers. 2,890K subscribers. Come on, guys. Get me up to more subscribers than that guy. I'd really appreciate it. 19K views. That's a lot for me. Although the paparazzi video on the Clown Towns channel is going back gangbusters. They got a K. Good on them. I didn't monetize it before the stream because I'm a doofus, and the whole thing was like a mess from my point of view. My Wi-Fi went out. It was it was a bad time for me. Like no, it was actually a really like super fun stream, and then we finished and like we stayed on and chatted for like another 10 minutes like and it was really cool that we had oh, I can't remember his name, but we had the shirt rippers X in the chat and a couple of X reps who shared their stories. Like amazing. It was really amazing to have those people in to see that they can get out, they can use their story to warn other people. Paparazzi is one of the, like it. I am going to do a video with the PowerPoint working this time, because I think it's important. It's got it, even though it might seem like it was a joke. The title is Paparazzi, the MLM with a body count. Like seriously, it's a serious thing. Seriously, yeah, it's okay. Okay. 25 minutes. We shouldn't be here for too long, although this introduction has been epic. Now I'm.
And Ben, you might just share your story from maybe the very beginning. I mean, you were extremely skeptical when we first talked, but when you started doing your research, and just so you guys know, Dr. Ben is he owns a research company that does research. You might even just reference some of that stuff so people know a little bit about that. You've taught at Harvard. You've taught.
Is this guy like? Oh, let me do this. He's a bit too relaxed, in my opinion. Hang on. Let's do a little bit. Dr. Ben Bowers, Wichita, Kansas. When I was a teenager, I was with my brother when he had an accident and broke his neck, which caused him to be paralyzed. No, go away, Amelia. Fuck off. How do I get rid of that? I can't. Okay. Being around that paralyzed the remainder of his life. Being around that process instilled in me a desire to help people with health issues. So that is one of the reasons that I became a chiropractor doctor. What? Why wouldn't you go into like paralysis, like studying paralysis, and chiropractic doctor. When a chiropractor? Is that what you mean? Then later, as other loved ones developed health issues and I dealt with injuries that caused some severe health issues, I'm starting to think that this man is not an intellectual giant. Then I continued to search out ways to help alleviate the problem or issue. He's used fucking issue 3 times in that one sentence, as well as improve their health as quickly as possible. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good goal, but it's okay if it's not as quick as possible. Like, if you get healed, you get healed. I am a researcher at heart, meaning that I'm driven to study, research, and find the best ways to support and coach people. That's an interesting choice of words, coach. Also, if you were, you would be like working in research, right? Not in an MLM. After having retired from the practice of chiropractic, why can't he say that he's a chiropractor? One of the biggest things I am passionate about is helping people now in the role of a health and wellness coach. Now, as a health coach, I like finding. Is he with Optavia as well? I like finding out what is the major dysfunction in the body and then find the solution to those dysfunctions and helping the body return to its God given abilities. Look, sir, I don't throw stones at glass houses, all right? I use a lot of exclamation marks in my writing, well, in my messages, okay? I do. So I'm not going to judge him for that. Okay, I'm going to judge him a little bit because I think that I should stop using so many exclamation marks, but I can't help it anyway. God-given abilities. So if you want to think about your brother who you say was a major, was that God? Did God do that? Because you got to take the good with the bad, I'm afraid, with God. I do this by focusing on the specific aspects of all the systems in the body, combined with the DNA analysis, as well as blood work, urine, stool cultures, and saliva analysis. It's always the poop. It's always something to do with the anus. If you've seen Erin and Brianna's stream where they talk about faster way to weight loss, and they had an enema party. They had an enema party. Make it stop. Why? Why is that a thing? Stop it. It's a one-way. Well, okay. If you enjoy, we're just not supposed to put coffee and other things up there. Some people do enjoy things up there, okay? Anyway, then that information combined with genomic. Oh, now how do you get rid of this? I can't see. You can't even minimize it. I don't want anything. Go away, Amelia. Then the information combined with genomic issues combined with DNA genomic analysis. What? Why would you use that term twice? Just say genes. It's meant to sound, oh, who's smart? Who's using words I don't understand? It must be smart. Analysis as well as diet issues, genomic issues. No, that was sorry. Oh my God. I read the wrong sentence. He is trying to use fancy words, but he wasn't just then, all right? Then the information combined with genomic issues, hormone issues. Okay, so what you can do is say genomic, hormone, stress, and diet, stress, structural, exercise, and energetic issues, as well as nutritional needs. You do not have to say issues each time. I'm surprised that you don't have a little paperclip saying, would you like to be more concise? I can get the best results possible. Having dealt with so many different types of health issues and problems, I can relate to my clients and coaching them to achieve their goals. Does it happen to coincide with you selling them a product that you get a commission on and perhaps getting them to sign up in your team? All this is what motivates me and drives me to stay actively involved in helping people regain their best health. You didn't look that old. Why'd you retire from chiropractic doctoring? Why'd you retire as a chiropractor? Hmm? That's what I'd like to know. Meet our doctors. No thanks. Why is he a health coach? Physical medicine, lab testing, clear mind neurofeedback system. Okay. I don't care. Let's go back to this guy who's so relaxed. I may order something else for dinner. I'm so sad about that. I've had Taco Bell twice now and I have not enjoyed it. It makes me sad. I wanted to enjoy it.
At Yale, you've taught literally thousands and thousands and thousands of doctors. And so, you know, your expertise as you come on here is, but, you know, documentation beats conversation all day long. And we're really watching some amazing things. I think just story we just heard here.
I'm sorry, what? Documentation beats, no, conversation? Documentation beats conversation. You got studies on Phix Nation or Phix Nazi? It's probably not Phix Nazi, but I bet he is one. Just quietly. That wasn't so quiet. I'm speaking into a microphone. Anyway, yeah. Now I forget what I was saying. Oh, conversation. Yeah. So why do you have such a big focus on testimonials then? You got research to back it up? Can we see it? Have you got a link? Drop the link with your doctor friend here. Doctor, he's going to do that. He's going to. Anyway.
Is summed up by a lot of the things that your patients and stuff are seeing. So just give a little bit of your history and your background and how you came into this. And then let's just talk about what you're seeing, because you've got a lot of people now that you're documenting what's happening.
Thank you, Brian. First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope this is a blessed season for you.
That is some crunchy audio. Woo! Crunchy audio. Love that we're looking straight at your fucking desktop. Good job. I might cut it out in the edit, but you can mention it if you like. How long ago was this put up? This was just only put into the chat, so I apologize. 4 months ago. Okay, it's a little bit old, but that's okay. We'll go with it. Merry Christmas.
Sometimes a stressful season for people. And there's also going to be something about the diet we're going to talk about that has something to do with that. So my story.
Really? Really? This is about what? Diet? Because it's a fucking weight loss company. Duh.
Is kind of like most of the people who are on here. A friend called me, asked me to check it out. I was very skeptical, didn't want to, been there, done that, knew all this stuff.
Skeptical. Somebody in functional medicine was skeptical. That's a lot. He wasn't, because he wouldn't have tried it if he was actually skeptical. Yeah, sure. That's a good story.
And at my age, going into retirement from a lot of stuff I was doing, I just wasn't interested. But as God would have it, I ended up coming to the meeting.
I'm sorry. Oh God. If you're religious, I'm sorry. Sorry, Helen. You get it. We get it. I'm not criticizing people who have a genuine love and, belief in God and are ethical Christians, and aren't using it to exploit people like this guy is. Wouldn't say it if he wasn't. Hello, religious manipulation. He does not look old. He doesn't look old enough to retire. Has he looked after himself? Maybe. The white beard, like he's got a white beard, but he's got brown hair. Why did you retire? I'm not buying it, that's all. I'm going to take... Here, let's have a guess here, Tish. Tish. Do you think that he retired in 2020 when he was asked to take a certain vaccine or he would lose his job? It's possible. Just saying.
Anyway, went out to Byron's, heard all about this before the product was out here. And my concept of this as well, this sounds like snake oil. I've seen a lot of these. And if that's the case, I can tell my friend not to worry about it, right? I was well aware of the hops and the mature hops because I've been using that for 15 years in different cases, pretty more on a limited basis, but I was well aware of what it was. And I'm like, I haven't had anybody really lose a lot of weight on hops, right? And so I left the meeting, going home, was talking to God, the Holy Spirit, and I feel like I was instructed to go home and do some additional research.
I left the meeting, talked to God, Holy Spirit. Sure. You and Ray Higdon. So it's you, and Ray Higdon have a direct line to God. And both of you have received the message that, MLMs, go for it. Sure. It's just such a coincidence that like that it also is going to make you money. Why would God, he's really looking after you. What a pile of shit. It's disgusting.
Right. And the way we look at research is kind of different within our company. We look at research that's being done, we categorize that research, and then we take all of those. And there's a term that we call it's called a crossover research, which means that if we can prove a premise on one of the research articles, then what does that then affect after that? And so I went home, spent almost 6 hours researching some of the stuff on it, and I found some of the original research
6 whole hours? 6 hours he spent researching this before he found that he could live with himself selling it. I bet, right? You found something you could use and relate back to your experience, which has fuck all to do with losing weight, right? Using supplements. I mean, you would know about, he mentioned snake oil. You would know about snake oil being a chiropractor and now functional medicine doctor. um, it's just it it's so transparent, but he thinks that he's real smooth, you know? Like, oh yeah, I researched it. I'm a doctor. I taught at Harvard. Okay, we'll look into that.
that was done back in the late 40s, early 50s. I tore some of that all apart.
I'm sorry, what? Late 40s, 50s, this weight loss thing, as weight loss has been a I don't know, a multi-million dollar industry for so many years. Even before Wegovy and Ozempic, there was Jenny Craig. You know what I mean? And people are only just now using hops. Seems a little bit unusual if it was like so effective, right?
I looked at some of the other research that had been done over the 70 years, kind of looking at it from multiple angles. And when I looked at that and realized that this company had finally brought out a component of the product we knew about, but we had no idea what it would do or if it would do. And so when I looked at the hypothesis and the postulations of the different research, and I looked at it in a different point of view, I'm going, I don't think this is so much weight loss as much it's going to be fat burning or fat metabolism. Right. And so
I don't think you understand that those two things are connected, right? And yeah, that like if you are going to claim that it makes your metabolism change, no, that's what GLP-1 does, right? And it helps with appetite suppression. Your thing doesn't do that. And if it works like that, it's placebo. Now, you're full of shit, mate.
when I went in and proved into my mind that this was a probability and a great possibility, I went over to the crossover aspect of it and said, okay, well, if that is true, and that was a big if for me at that moment, but if that was true, what else could we postulate or hypothesize that might affect other systems, other diseases? For example, instead of just talking about a hypothyroidism, gaining 160 pounds over 6 months, those are conditions that control and operate the neuroendocrine pathway that control weight, control fat storage, all these other factors. So when I finally sat down and said, okay, there might be something here. Maybe I should go back and talk to them about this again. Right. And I did. And after I finally was convinced that this is something that God was wanting me to get into, I said, okay, if I
Shut the fuck up. God. God told me to join an MLM. God told me to join this MLM. Fuck all the way off. Shove the religious manipulation up your ass. You can't even look in the camera and do this. You're looking below. Looking below the line. Liar. God didn't tell you to do this. Your greedy freaking mind did. I ordered some dinner, by the way. It's Red Rooster. This is going to surprise you, but Red Rooster is a chicken place. It's an Australian chicken. Just roast chicken. I got a tropical pack. They used to have crumbed banana. Like, look, don't balk at it. It's like deep fried banana with crumb on the outside. So good. But instead, we've got two pineapple fritters. So it used to be a pineapple fritter and a banana fritter. And pineapple fritter, great. Anyway, this guy's full of shit. Sorry, it's only 4 minutes in and I keep stopping. Okay. It's commentary, Tish. It's all right.
were to take this product and bring it into my practice and have my patients or clients get on it, how am I going to measure this? Now, I also am
Oh, I know how. That's easy. It's money in your bank account. That's how you're going to measure it. How successful am I doing? Checks bank account. I could be doing better.
epigeneticist. I've been in practice over 40-some years. Functional medicine is my primary aspect that I do. I'm also
He's been in medicine for 47 years, so he would have finished when he was like 25. Okay, so he looks good. 2060. So he could be he's over 60. Damn, he's looked after his skin. Unless that's smoothed over. It's possibly smoothed over. He's got really good skin. I did not think he was that old.
chiropractor, also have counseling degrees and psychology degrees, all these other factors. But
Really? So you know how to manipulate people expertly if you've had a psychology degree, my friend. He's not my friend, shut the fuck up. But I think he's a scammer. Wow. Imagine, right? These qualifications in the hands of somebody who isn't trying to scam. That would be a wonderful person, you know? Using all this good, the backstory of the paralyzed brother. And yeah. Ooh, my order's getting picked up.
here's where I'm at is how does this affect the results? So we're in our healthcare clinic, we are results-based medicine is the way I describe that. If I'm going to initiate something, I should be able to predetermine the potentiation of the results or the outcome of.
Good news, the Dr. Pepper zero sugar is just as nice as the other one. Would you say all doctors are results based? That's what it's about, the result. And they don't think that doctors want you to be well, but they actually do. Are there greedy people in medical circles? Of course. There are greedy people in all circles. I was just having this conversation the other day with my fellow anti-MLM creators, and I said, even in anti-MLM, there's people who are in it for the money, in my opinion. You know, well, I don't know for sure, but I think they're everywhere. Okay, and I think it's just like joining an MLM where you start it because you think that it's okay, and then it turns into something else. And I think that's the same with everything. There's always going to be people who start something for a noble reason, get corrupted by money, power, whatever, you know. So of course it could exist in anti-MLM, you know. I'm not accusing anybody outright. It's not me. I'm not in it for the money, FYI, with my average 100 views, which I'm very thankful for. That is amazing to get one view, one or two people watching my video. I'm like nobody from nowhere, and 100 people are watching my video. That's amazing. And I always used to say, I haven't said it in a while. What's the best amount of subscribers? It's like whatever, one more than whatever I've got is an amazing feat. You know, like any amount of voice is powerful. And if you're waiting for a sign to start anti-MLM work, you're already doing it as a viewer. But if you want to be a content creator, just start. There's so many companies, and there is a free anti-MLM content folder on Google that DC started and that many creators contribute to. And yeah, so if you want to be anti-MLM creator, hit any one of us up and we can help you out. Okay, let's keep going. He has been talking for no, only another 40 seconds. That's for 5 minutes. Shut up.
That treatment, of that protocol. And so I've designed protocols for doctors all around the world with that mindset, that mentality. So when I took this product, I said, all right, if this is going to hit the bitter receptors and this is going to start doing all these aspects of it, what can I watch and see and measure? So I can do it with blood work, I can do it with saliva, I can even do it with urine, but those aren't things you're going to do on a weekly basis. Well, urine, I can do that a lot on a weekly basis.
Why? Why are we doing the urine more than a weekly? What's happening? Just no. No. Please no.
But how am I going to measure what happens? So as I sit down and looked at all the different systems that were fat regulated, fat based, and I said, all right, I'm going to watch what happens. And we designed all these measurements and all the ways that we could see what was happening. And then we went through a whole bunch of, I laid out about 40 different questions and kind of lumped them down into 20 different categories. I said, these are the things I'm going to watch, and these are the things I'm going to measure, and these are the things I'm going to observe and keep track of on all these different people that we start this on. Right. And so we did. And all of a sudden we started getting what I call the freakish results. Now, in my brain, there's two different terms I call freakish. One is freakish, I didn't expect that, or freakish that was way greater than I expected. And then there's the near close to miraculous. And so in the first couple of weeks, I saw some of the freakish results, meaning things like this, you lose 2 pant sizes in 32 days, you're dropping all this weight. I started mine on July 3rd when I got my product. And real quick, like for me to go forward here almost 6 months, I'm down over 25 inches on my body, 3 jean sizes, pant sizes, 2 shirt sizes, and I'm continuing to lose it.
Did you change anything else about your lifestyle? Did you start working out? Did you change your diet? Hmm? Did you start fasting? Were you in a caloric deficit? Because that's how you lose weight, my friend. He's not my friend. And also, you're one person. This is a testimonial. Anecdotal evidence is the weakest sort of evidence. And why can't you look at the camera? Like he's just looking down the whole time. I don't know if he's been told that that's not a really authentic way of presenting, Is the car moving? Isn't technology crazy? Like I'm watching the car that's bringing me my dinner just on a map. The other day, I was watching Julie Joe's live on John Melton, and John Melton described Audible like he said, I get somebody to read a book to me. And that's how he described Audible. And I just thought it was really like it showed he centered himself in that. Like he's like, it's just for me. They read it just for me, and he's got narcissistic traits, absolutely. And I commented that, and somebody in the in the comments was like thinking that I was shitting on audiobooks, and I'm like, no, I'm just saying, like, she said, yeah, that's what audiobooks are. Someone's reading to you, and I'm like, yeah, but no, yeah, but no, but yeah, but when he said it, the weather has been so crazy here. It's been like basically raining the whole time I've lived here. It doesn't look appetizing, but this is what I want to eat. Potato, pineapple fritter, so good.
Now, there's a thing that we call the selective prioritization of the body, which means the body will change and model itself as it's going through the adaptive acclimatory rate of weight loss or fat loss, right? And since we're really burning fat here, that's going to be the key thing. One of the things that I didn't have enough data, even though I studied the 12, 14, 16, 18-week researches that they had, we knew about what to expect from the weight size. We knew how to break down the subcutaneous adipose tissue, the visceral adipose tissue, the muscle adipose tissue, the bone marrow muscle adipose tissue, the adipose tissue in the lungs, and all these different areas on the body. But that was really on a limited basis, right? Because the research that has been done was real good research, some of the highest caliber research that can be done, what called the RCT research, but it wasn't long enough for us to have a real good understanding of the longevity of what it was. Now, in the research, I talked about the efficacy.
Isn't that interesting? It wasn't long enough. Because what happens when people lose weight quickly and then some time passes? Up to Via, would you like to take this one up? You put the weight back on. So there's a reason why a lot of these weight loss things are short term, because the research indicates everything they want to say. And are you going to tell us that there's longevity in it, Dr. Bowers?
And the potency of the MH3, what it actually did, and that it never lost its potency. So that was really good news for me. So I postulated that in probably 3 to 4 months, when I hit those 12, 16 to 18-week timeframes, I'm going to start going into the unknown, right? Because we haven't had any beyond that in the research itself. So I'm going to kind of tell you what I saw. Now let's go through that 3 to 4 months of research or actual application of hundreds of people that I'm watching on this now, right? I have the freakish
3 to 4 months is still not a long time for weight loss. That's not long enough.
results where some people get results quick. I've had some people lose 9 pounds in 8 days. That's unusual.
Let's guess what he's going to say here. That's just unhealthy. That's just shouldn't be done. That is unadvisable. Let's see what he says.
Right? I've got other people that weren't losing any. In fact, they gained 8 pounds in the first couple of weeks. That's freakish. Again, that's unusual. But when I started diving into the results I was seeing and the people I was observing and watching and monitoring, I came across what I'm going to call 3 categories of groups, right? One is that we get the freakish, almost miraculous, right? Where the body has to deal with something, right? Then we got to the second category, which took about 4 to 8 weeks before we started seeing some things kick in. And then we got to the third category, which takes about 10 to 12 weeks before the body kicks in. Now, what I did is I went back and I looked at the causation of obesity. And when we talk about
What does that mean? That's just vague enough to fool maybe somebody who's looking, oh, he said that. It's okay that I haven't started losing weight because the doctor said that one of his groups doesn't lose weight, blah, 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 blah. No. What do you mean? What does that mean? Is the second group losing weight 1 pound a week? Or what does it mean that kicks it? What does it mean that it kicks in? What does the body start doing? That's what you're missing here. So he can use adipose. He can use all these fancy words. This is to deceive people who are desperate, I'm assuming, because he's about to talk about obesity. And so he's got that and he's got religion. He is fucking fly. It's like cold and there's a fly hanging around. One fly. I need a fly swatter. No, 2 now. Stupid idiots. Date night for the flies. Anyway, yeah, so this seems like it's an intellectual conversation, but it's not. It's a sales pitch.
In the research that came out in August, that 79.8% of Americans, all right, between the age 20 and 90 are in 1 of 4 stages of obesity: pre-obese, obese 1, 2, and then what's called severe
What's that based on? The BMI? Because BMI is a really shit indicator of where your weight's at. And it's racist.
or morbid obese. And in my brain, as a functional medicine doc, I'm going, that's called disease or sickness, right? So when I looked at that phase, I said, what's going to happen in the long-term aspect here? Once I get the body kind of go through its cleanup mechanism and we can start making things do what we think it's going to do, right? What's going to be the result? How fast will we?
What is it that you want the body to do? What are you describing? Because you're being vague on purpose. And I would say that it is lying by omission. You are not giving people the full picture, and you are using an appeal to authority, which is a persuasive rhetoric device. Okay? I think it's a fallacy as well. All right? And he's the expert, so it's like he's the authority. These people will believe what I'm saying because I'm a doctor. I've been a doctor for 37, right? Yeah, and I'm just going to describe things vaguely, and people are going to treat it like it's an oracle, and they are. So, how many times can I say it's disgusting? It's disgusting.
Lose girth? How fast will we break down these adipose tissues that are in the fat rancidity? And that's what really got intriguing to me. So when I looked at this from the beginning and I had my hypothesis, I had my postulations and potentiations, we didn't have very many people on the product, right? Now let's fast forward 6 months later, right? 30,000 plus people on their product.
Your patients? Your patients? Your downline? Is that what you're talking about? So, if he has either sold or recruited that many people, he's making a lot of money from this. Disgusting.
And I tell people, and we've been saying this for a long time, this is no longer in theory, right? We have thousands and thousands of people that have been on this product and we know these expectations.
What's your control? That's actually not how research goes, mate. Do you have a study happening? Is it an official study? Like, is it a double blind? Do we know what's in everything? Like, your word. Let's have a look to see if he has if there's a link in the bio to any of his paper. No description. No description. If you've done a study, where's the report? Because that's still just a testimonial group, which every MLM has.
So as Cecilia and them and Celine were talking about it, excuse me, Celine and Celine, when you gals were talking about it, I kept hearing a lot of the things I'm hearing a lot of people say. Their sleep is better, their energy is better, they don't need naps, they're not snoring, they're breathing better, they have the stomach is getting smaller. They can't eat like they used to eat. And here's the interesting thing: is she was saying that she only has to eat once a day. That's because the body is burning all that stored fuel. And when we look at it, I look at where we are at this.
She only has to eat once a day. Is that advisable, doctor? Is that what you advise to people? A doctor. Once a day. Yeah, you're going to lose weight if you eat once a day, depending on what it is. But yeah, you are going to lose weight. But you're going to put it back on pretty quickly. That's ridiculous and dangerous advice. He is signing off on it by mentioning it. Yeah, that is one thing some people do. And someone's going to hear that and say, "Oh, I've been eating 3 meals. Maybe I should only eat 1 meal a day." Disgusting. This company's gross. Good work, Megan Desart.
time of the world and this time of the year, meaning a lot of people are going through this unhealthy time of eating through the holiday season. And then we're going to turn that corner and come January 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to start making New Year's resolutions to get healthy again or to lose weight or to feel better. And we're going to try to do something that has evidently been hard for this body to do. So when I started looking at what this research was showing me and the results that I'm seeing, all of a sudden, now that we're into the 6-month time frame, and I'm seeing that longevity, how the body is continuing to break these things down. And whether we talk about the calories that are being burnt or the fat that's being burnt, the end game is the body is dynamically changing and adapting to what this unique mature hops extract, these bitter acids do. But here's what we didn't foresee, right? We didn't foresee some of these radical changes that the body was going to go through. We didn't see the miraculous things that were coming in. And yet it's some of these early bird people, and as an epigeneticist, when I look at the DNA, some people are more gifted, if you will, in that DNA world.
Are you a fan of eugenics? Some people are more gifted with DNA. Also, what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's like he's saying these are unexpected outcomes from weight loss. Let's see.
That it can do it better than others who don't have that unique genome or ability to do that. But it's almost like we're building bridges. So when I look at the people that didn't have the fast results in the first 4 to 8 weeks, or they're the category it took 10 to 12 weeks before it turned on, because now we're far enough to witness that. What we found, according to that research, is those who will stick with it, they're going to speed up. In other words, it's as if the body finally builds the bridge that was missing. And now the body has the ability to do what almost seems like the unthinkable, unfathomable. It's burning all those toxic fats up first. So
How can you measure that? How do you know that? And are you fucking kidding me? That's what's unbelievable? That it's burning fat? And again, what else are these people doing? They're not in a study, they're doing their own thing. Do they exercise? Do they have a job that's like physical? It's so convenient for him not to be specific. The vagueness of this is off the charts.
in the different stages, what's class 1, class 2, class 3 of the obesity phase, there's a lot of different toxins that are in there, right? And when we look at those toxins as they're burning down, we're seeing past evidences of things that probably set that body off now being handled or burnt up or getting rid of and eradicated out of the body. So people like
Yeah. And my hands were greasy and I got a piece of chicken out for Wilbur and it's just sitting on the bench and I shouldn't put it near all my cords, but I have. He like your liver takes care of toxins, not a hops extract. Like he is mentioning every woo-woo, crunchy, BS, biohack bullshit that you can think of. And they're all dog whistles for people who are going to buy this shit. Like I said, this is not about medicine. This is about sales.
that have these thyroid issues, specifically hypothyroidism. When I looked at the original research, it was one of the few that they didn't see as many results on because of the dose was low. When we look at the dose that we have within our fix, it's high enough to override that inability that they didn't have back then. And that is what's pretty phenomenal. And when you take that,
So the old studies, maybe I think that's what he's referring to. They just should have given them more hops. Do you think they might have tried that? Do you think they might have? Oh, this is so successful. Perhaps we should adapt the dose. No, you're the smartest person though, aren't you, Ben?
the thyroid is responsible for about 80% of all the hormones in the body. And you go back into regulating that and getting that to fix itself, pun intended, but start to fix those things. All of a sudden, the body goes back to its God given ability to repair or to generate that healthy life. When we look at what's called the righting reflex within the body or Wolff's Law, that law says, I want to survive at everything possible, right, to make things in the right way to make it happen. And for me, guys,
He mentioned God given in that spiel. We already read that on his website. Is that your script? Yeah. Just gotta hit all the keywords. Scammer, in my opinion.
and gals, what I'm seeing is this is turning that phase back on. When I go back up to it hits into the vagal nerve, hits the vagus nerve, hits the all these different things in the parasympathetic sympathetic nervous system, and we're watching all of these changes. I mean, some of them they are on the miraculous side. As a physician, you're going, how in the world did that happen? So we go chase it back, and we find how whatever that was unique in that body, it's cleaning those things back up. So here I am at 6 months into this, and I'm seeing these hundreds and hundreds of people that we're seeing so many phenomenal.
It's rather oily, the pineapple fritter. 6 months is not long enough for data on weight loss. Okay? And is it miraculous? Again, you're probably just weighing people, right? Oh, sorry, getting their poop and their pee because that's what you like to collect. And measuring like shit. You might do like body measurements to see, that. You cannot say that it's just your product because it's not an actual study. If there are miraculous like stories, perhaps that person is saying, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to take this fix. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start eating better. It happens.
Results. And the biggest thing that's happening here, Byron, is that people's lives are changing. And not only is the physical body changing, but the mental part of that body is changing, which means now they think better or think differently better, and they're getting better results. They're making better choices, and they're moving towards health instead of running from sickness and disease. And when I look at this, and here's kind of one of my challenges to people, my challenge is this: between now and next month, when we go through all this, New Year's resolution, getting healthier, getting better, what's the wake-up call? Because when I look at people who are so overweight, 8 out of 10 Americans, right, that it's almost like they don't hurt bad enough to do something.
That's ableist as shit. Fuck this guy. You want people to hurt? This man wants people to hurt so they lose weight. Do you think that there are people who have tried to lose weight and they can't? Perhaps they live in a food desert and their only option is fast food. Because your side of the political sphere, I'm going to say that he is that side because there's just not anyone like him. Maybe there's a bit of crunchy, but there's definitely not that sort of functional medicine people. That's an RFK dog whistle if ever I heard one. But you don't want cheap things for people. You want to get rid of even farm workers, and there's not even going to be Whole Foods for you guys soon enough. You want people to have endless amounts of money, so they spend money on like real meat and real like whole foods, like you say. And some people have various chronic illnesses. You said it yourself, you might have the bad DNA, right? You might have thyroid problems, you might have a variety of issues that make it harder or almost impossible to lose weight if they didn't have some other sort of expensive help like Ozempic or Wegovy, which is very expensive in the US, definitely out of the price range of anyone who is poor and even middle class. All right. Yes, exercise is free, but again, food deserts exist. But perhaps they have chronic pain and they can't exercise, right? So, fuck you. How dare you? This man is obviously not struggled in his life. To say something as frivolous as that, they're obviously not hurting enough in their fat bodies, those fat pigs. Fuck this guy.
Or they're not sick enough to do something. And this is what we see happening this season. People eat like they don't normally eat for 11 months, and they overeat, they overconsume, they get sick, they get too much sugar, the immune system crashes, and now they have a reason to want to get well. Well, guess what?
Maybe that's what you do, but not everybody does that. People are allowed to enjoy food at holidays. Food is not good or bad. It has no moral value. And to start speaking like that is disordered and passes on disorder.
What we have that reason, right? And we have that tool. I've never had a tool like this in my 40 years of practice, and I've never had a tool like something even close to this give me this much result this fast. And I'm excited to see what happens this time next year, because we're going to have so many more lives that have been changing. I mean, I myself have been in this world.
I'd just like to show him. This is something that works fast. That's proven. Wegovy. Yep. There you go. You've seen that. I know you've seen it. But do you benefit from selling that? No. You can't build a team on it, right? So I just wanted to show him because it exists, motherfucker. That's in my like little cosmetics fridge because I don't have a fridge yet. I am a fridge. I'm identifying as a fridge. Watch the paparazzi stream, okay? It was a whole thing. I'm not being insensitive, I promise. Yeah, there's things, dude. But the thing that you have builds a team and fills your fucking pockets. I'm like, what else do I have to say? Nothing, because he's gross.
68 years. And I've been in the healthcare world for over 40 years, and I'm watching those changes even within my own body. So let alone my other loved ones and everybody else I'm dealing with. So it's pretty phenomenal. I'm turning it back to you if there's any other questions, sir.
Well, I think it's just stay here for a second. TK might have a question too as he comes on, but this idea of building a bridge and how that's tied to your DNA, where some people respond faster than others. But when you say building a bridge, it's almost like what I picture that is, okay, I can't get from point A to point B.
This is specifically for people who haven't lost weight yet. You can tell. So there's people who get on it and immediately lose weight, and they're the ones, telling the big testimony. Look how much weight I've already lost 2 pounds. And then there's people saying, "Oh, I haven't lost any yet. Like, is it going to work? Blah blah blah." This video is for them. You got to wait, guys. Look, you're going to build a bridge eventually.
As of yet, and this is helping point A build that bridge where some people are jumping right to point B right out of the gate. Is that
Yeah.
am I understanding that correctly?
So when this breaks down, and what we talk about the metabolity, when it actually breaks down all the building blocks, if there's a weakness to identify where that building block needs to go, it's like it's just sitting there. And all of a sudden, what this turns on in that complete metabolism, and it breaks everything down and it releases it, it's doing something that unique body, had never been able to do in theory, right? And all of a sudden, and we'll just say it's in digestibility just for this case, all of a sudden they're digesting things they could never digest before, and therefore they could never use that as a building block. And now this is digesting it, and now it releases it, and the body goes,
It's digesting things that never used to digest. Go away. There's no more. I'm giving it to you later. Look, yes, I do feed my dogs chicken bones, but what are you talking about? That you if you didn't digest them, what happens? Do you vomit? Do you poop it out whole? What are you talking about? Weird.
"Oh, I've been needing one of those. I know exactly where to go build that bridge." And over time, the longer they continue taking this is actually going to help what you're already consuming. It doesn't build the building blocks. It takes what you're already consuming and breaks it down so that the God-given ability in that body says, "I need that building block here," whether it's
God-given. It's my God-given right to say you're full of shit.
muscle, with its arterial, with its blood. And if I even get into the propitiation stem cells, which is a unique thing down inside here, and we turn that on, that's part of the bone adipose tissue, and we're actually building blood. There's a few of my cases I've been watching the production centers of white blood cells and red blood cells, and then even immunoglobulin cells, which are the actual stem cell results of the stem cells. And I'm watching those grow in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And majority of that takes 60 to 90 days to create anyway. And all of a sudden, we're seeing that phase turn back on. I never expected to see that, right, when we first started on this 6 months ago. But that's what the results are showing me. All of a sudden, people are getting healthier and, in theory, younger.
How? Oh, so they're growing. It's Benjamin Button? No. Is that the opposite way? Yeah, aging backwards. What? They're growing stem cells from this? Is that what I'm hearing? Do we grow? I don't know enough about stem cells, but except that Christians usually do not like them being used for anything. Okay. Again, I think that was told. Added. Like they'll repeat what he said. It's growing stem cells. That's what our product does. Our functional medicine doctor told me that it grows stem cells. But I don't think that that's exactly what he's saying. But he's saying it in a way where he can sort of still deny that that's not what he's saying.
Yeah. And the people that you're monitoring, I mean, they're taking, there's all kinds of different checkpoints. It's not just the physical and what they're saying. You're seeing this on their numbers, whether it's tied to blood work or urine, or whatever it might be. Am I understanding
Correct.
what you're saying?
Correct. Even stool cultures that we do the stool analysis, we're able to.
Yeah, poops. Poopy poops. What can you learn about weight loss in a urine sample? What does urine give you in a weight loss? That'd be interesting to know. I can understand stool because that you can sort of like analyze digestion, I suppose. I don't know, or toxins. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh.
Watch and monitor the inside of the gut changing as well. And that's the interesting thing about it. When we look at how you break down your short chain, medium chain, long chain, and essential chain fatty acids, and we're watching that phase remodel, right? For example, medium chain fatty acids, most people think of like coconut oil, right? That has to break down the jejunum or the middle section of that small intestine. And people who have that block missing or that inability to do that, their cholesterol will shoot up, right? And so we can go in there and watch those changes. All of a sudden, it's building that groundwork where it's actually processing it, and we're watching the LDLs drop. Where else does that happen, right? If I go to the liver, I can make it happen. Doesn't have much in the blood. So it's just watching how this body is dynamically changing over the time and seeing the results and being able to go pinpoint and go, I know where that problem was because of what I'm seeing the results that was produced in that body. And now I go back and see that unwinding, still part of my hypothesis, is that is somehow fixing. And when I do the test and see, I did this test a year ago, I did this test 6 months ago, I'm doing this test now, and I see all those changing, wow, that's the evidence that I see.
PK.
I'm sitting here listening and
Oh, it's the big boy. I didn't expect to see him. Here we go. It's the boss. Cross, sitting there like a joke, like he is.
obviously we are now in terms of being on for 6 months, we are the test group, right? There is no other test group, gang. There's nothing to point to in the past about people being on 6 months. We're it. So literally.
Yeah, good work. Well done. It's not long enough for a weight loss study. It just isn't. Weight loss is something that needs to be tracked for a while. And again, this isn't like an actual study. There are no repeat, the conditions are different for everybody. And there's a compensation plan involved.
What you're hearing in real time is results, at least from the people that you have, and I don't know how many number that is, Dr. Ben, but it's a hundreds, you said?
Yes.
Hundreds. So that's a very fair quantity for a valid test. And so I think, I keep, in my mind, I keep trying to tell the story better and better and better. To me, what this does, it starts the body's journey back to homeostasis, right? Ultimately, optimal regulation of all the different body functions, and none of us got.
Guess what? I can't remember this guy's name. JK, like JK Rowling, who sucks. Fuck her. Yeah, your body does want to go to homeostasis. If everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing, guess what? That happens. Your body's actually really clever. It's got you. And if you need something, you go to a doctor, not to this guy.
There where we are in our life overnight. None of us are going to get out of it overnight. And this makes a lot of sense to me. And I hope as people listen to this,
Does.
To me, this is as important as the early Zooms that we were doing, because none of us have been 6 months on this. And so it's important for people to understand. For me, when I got started on it, I was in for life. I'm taking Phix for life. I believed it. I'm doing it. And, I didn't have many internal issues to deal with. I didn't have any, to be honest, so I didn't expect miraculous, right? I didn't expect.
Yeah, you're not in it for the product. You're in an MLM. You're in it to make money.
It. But that's not the point. The point is what's happening to the masses, what's happening across a broad spectrum of people.
Masses.
And
the masses. Shut up.
I'm hopeful that through this, many of the people watching, whether live or if this goes out as a recording, this is really, really good, that they can understand that they're co-creating this as well. This is something that we're all going to continue to uncover. And to your point, I mean, I'm thinking a year down the road as well. And, we got to have a bunch of sexy, healthy people is what we're going to have. And so
This is terrible. I don't want to look at the screen anymore. It wasn't funny, and
So I just hoping that people are grasping what you're saying right now and where they are in the process. And I know some people have come on later, and maybe you guys have been on for a month or two, and you're still seeing these dynamic results. But you're talking about health, and it's a big deal in our world. It's about to become a bigger deal in our world. So anyway, I just appreciate everything you shared there, Dr. Ben.
Cool. Byron mentioned something the other day when we were talking about, and I'm at the end of the year, and I always do my reflection at the end of the year, and I'm trying to say, okay, where am I going next year? I've done this in all the different businesses, stuff I've done. And Byron had said something in one of our meetings, and I'm going, that's a good point. So let me relate what it was. We have a dream, we have an ideation, we have something we want to do, and we initiate it. And what do? We hit resistance, which we call that being hard. What's on the other side of hard?
I just don't want to be talking three boomer men. This guy's probably on the beginning of Gen X, but talking about being hard and sexy people. Just wish life were different,
Joy, happiness, success. So one of the things I try to explain to my patients, my clients, and people, I go, okay, we're going to start in this pathway, and I'm asking for at least a 90 to 120 day commitment, because I know you're going to be one of those three people, and I'm going to figure out one of those three types.
Yeah, what a coincidence that is enough time to indoctrinate them into your way of thinking and just hanging on for dear life, just hoping that this is going to work for them. And if it doesn't, you'll just keep going. Oh, look, Deborah only has one meal a day. Why don't you cut down to that? I think that's probably the most insidious part of the weight loss section of MLMs. The weight loss has to happen for the MLM to make money. And it makes people do extreme things and dangerous things. And it makes them say dangerous things because, like, Optavia even has, like, a business on fire is one of their phrases. And it's like, you're not successful in your business if you are losing weight. If you aren't losing weight, I mean.
Figure that out by the end of 4 months. But here's what I want you to understand. No matter what, you get up every day and you take your tincture or you take your snap and you do it every night. And how hard is that? It's not. But it helps you get through the hard. It makes it to where you get toward that dream of becoming healthier, sexier, whatever term you want to call it. I just like being healthier, which means if I can reduce the inflammation that happens in our world on a daily basis, and this product actually goes through and does that, why wouldn't I take this every day? Right? Even if I didn't have health issues, I'm going, this is a preventive mechanism as well as a fixed mechanism or bridge builder. And those concepts that I'm looking at as I go through life, 68 years of age, I've experienced a lot of things. I've been paralyzed 6 times. I've had seizures. I've had cancer. I've done all those things. And yet, at almost.
You were paralyzed? We read your bio. Your brother was paralyzed. How are you paralyzed as well? What was paralyzed? How long? That seems like it's a pretty important part of your story. And yet it's not mentioned in your bio. You had cancer as well? Seems like a bit of a coincidence that you've got all these maladies that are very common. Did you have heart disease? That's the other common one. Do you like gums? Thanks for trauma dumping, P.S. But, so you're a walking miracle. No wonder you think God's talking to you.
68 years of age, I'm still here, still healthy and functioning because I choose to go find these tools over all these years. I guess I hear people say, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll quit getting sick and you'll quit getting tired. And either that's a mentality thing or it's a supplemental thing or a dietary habit. It's something. And when
it has to be a dietary supplement of some sort. Maybe the one that you're selling. Yeah, what a coincidence.
When people get to that phase and they have their wake up call, okay, I'm gonna go change my life, as Terry just said, for the rest of my life.
So you're saying that people change their lifestyles? It's almost like that's what we were all saying, right? Curious. Because, yeah, most people, when they start a supplement to lose weight, they do other things to lose weight as well. This isn't even your product, bitch. Like, the effects are not from the product. I've said it before, and I will say it at the end.
I am my own doctor. I'm my own health coach. I am in healthcare. If I don't take care of me, who will? If I wear this body out, where am I going to live?
Yeah, you will die, dickhead, but also you were paralyzed, so your body can heal.
What quality of life will I have? This gives us a form of the ability to co-create
It was blurred, dickhead. That's your product. Is that what you want?
health and wealth, the health in our bodies to help us.
Oh, hang on. Let's just play them back a little bit. What was it? Health and what? He said it really quietly. Really quietly.
Health and wealth, the health in our bodies to help us.
Health and wealth. He said it so quickly and so quietly. That is the topic sentence.
Heal as best as God will allow it to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I see in it. And I'm excited for next year to see another year. How many people's lives have been changed?
Amen. TK, I don't know what else to say to that other than Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and buckle up for 2025.
It's going to be awesome. That's for darn sure. And yeah, we're just looking.
I hope that TK got his upper lip for Christmas. He's got no upper lip. It's just teeth. He's got a very small bottom lip too. It's very, very thin lipped.
Looking for more believers. That's what we're looking for. Either, come in as a doubter, leave as a believer. I got the texts as we were doing this tonight, and people chiming in about what's happened with them.
It's almost like it's a cult, right?
And I just really excited about what we have, Byron. Just amazing.
Amen. Well,
mention Monday, Byron.
Mention Monday, Byron. Thanks, Brian, at the end there. All right. That's it, I guess. That was really unpleasant. That man sucks. He's not a doctor. He's a salesperson. That was a sales pitch. All of it. Everything that he said was to sell that product. He doesn't give a fuck about people. It is about filling his pockets. Hate it. Hate Phix. It sucks. All right. What's happening down here? I think the dogs are going to miss this little area as a sleeping place because they're sitting on dirty clothes at the moment. But because I did not bring a single basket with me, so everything is just kind of sitting on the ground. So they're going to miss that. All right. I am going to wrap it up there. Thanks for being with me. If you can like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. I'm excited to go to work tomorrow because I am doing some activities with grade 6s. They're not at high school yet. It's like an experience day that they come and do, like a day of high school. And yeah, I'm excited to do that and help out because I'm at a place that respects my skills. And yeah, works good. I'm really enjoying it. All right. I will catch you on the next one. All right now.